But back then, it was just something that was normal. And that tells you that the culture has shifted from condoning certain things still in a DC shout. That were normal then, but now they are kind of now frowned upon. And the question now I want to bring here, Yahweh, how do we align ourselves now with the way the new world is operating by virtue? Like, how do I know now my value is not only going to come from providing, from physically dominating? What do I learn? I get the sense of self-regulation. Very important, Yahweh. You need to regulate your emotions. You need to know what, hey, you know what? This can spare me a lot of things. Let me just walk away. But are there any tips? Yo, my faith, I've been talking. Yo, it's like, but yeah, I guess it will just show up in the camera or whatever. But awe. But yeah, I guess my question was just to say, Buffet, to from a cultural perspective to how we are right now. Ke eng Buffet that you guys think hore rona as Majita as a person mostly what? Like KB said, how do you block out the noise and not even just block it out everything? You filter it down. You filter things that are useful that are coming from your external counterparts or your friends or whatever. How do you get to that point as outie? Yaore, how do I discern what is right for me and what is not right for me? In particular, in relation letter by GBV. Because somehow GBV are affected by it. Whether you as being the perpetrator or knowing someone that does that or being on the receiving end, having your sister or your aunt or someone that you know that is being hit by their partner. I'm sure all of us in here at some point we've kind of interjected with that. So yeah, the question is like, wow, how do you have a conversation? Let me just move from that question to this one. How do you have a conversation with someone who's like that? Where do you start? And without, remember, we said we're not shaming, we're not judging. We just want to get in their mind, whether it's you, that person, or it's someone else. Where do we start?
Can I?
It's
And
not
then
obvious.
no,
Those are the things I want.
yes,
The obvious
like
things.
give
them alcohol.
that's the worst thing you can do. No,
From the guy, yes, like obviously it's not gonna be easy to get that out of him. It's not gonna be easy for him, but you need to provide a situation like an environment for him to feel like him on yo, dog, a lot is happening. Like there's something deeply scarred in him for a person to feel like Yazina Monayo, I'm beating this woman today. Because some people wanna beat they beat the shit out of a woman. So Monayo,
but it's
That's
true.
true.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
deeply scarred.
But I think to answer that your question, like how do we start? Let's say let's remove GBV out of the picture. How do you get uh, a man, like a mere man, to to open up? How do you get them comfortable enough to speak about something they would rarely speak about?
Especially without judging.
Without
Trust
judging.
me, I'm gonna make it a point, okay. I'll tell you later. It's not my place or my business to say,
Judge.
okay, yeah, but you were supposed to. Obviously, by the time you come to me, you kind of see, what you did was not right.
Yeah.
So the thing is, just make someone feel comfortable enough. Man. If you have to make reference to your own shortcomings, tell him, or then I've been in a similar position, or I know of someone who's been in a similar position. So yeah, I think just disarm them because in most cases we engage as gents from a perspective here. Well, what? It's like I don't want to show you show no weakness, show no weakness, But once you disarm someone and they kind of realize, oh, hey, man, we're just two human beings that are happening to have this moment in time and talking and having an exchange. It could have been anything, or you could have been anywhere, learning actually anywhere. But it just so happened that at this moment, you and I are here having a conversation about this. and tell me what is in your heart about this thing.
I think you have to bear in mind most people Puma no.
Yeah.
Uvayohlala la. Orambe rambe.
Yeah.
Yabona Randbe Square.
Yeah,
Tholi
yo,
camping
that's
chair.
sweet.
Hlale phansi uthenge lamabhiya wakho uma kube uyaphuza uthenge cold drink. Ubheke ukuthi kuyondlula ama-type wakho ayingakhi ngelanga. You crying over one person.
But obviously, in the moment,
If you can really think about it, she was with you because she benefited.
Mm.
She finds somebody who's benefiting her, who she benefits more from.
Yeah.
Young child. That means lo mntana akajoli because uyathanda. Nale para yakho akajoli because
the
uyayithanda.
error is not on your end.
Ulambile. Indlala yodwa leyo nto.
Nah, that's
No,
true.
that's true.
That's true. Shit.
That's true. Mntwana ungazifaki ecathulweni ezingakulingani. If ubabakhe uhlulekile ukumenzela. Don't put yourself up and be like, Mina, I'll step up. You don't know anything. Safara. Because Lomtana lo, she's seeking what her father didn't give to her. You think she's girlfriend allowance.
I mean, if you can.
No, Msangano, because the only girl you should be giving, the only woman you should be giving allowance to is either your mom or umtanako wentombazana. Because it starts with you as a father. Ukuthi umntanakho umuntu umfundisayo. Mina abantwana basekhaya. No, yabona mina abantwana basekhaya bamantombazana, I teach them each and every day. Ukuthi in fact mawufuna into iza kimi.
Okay.
Mangakwazi ukutholela yona, sizothola umuntu ozoyenza nje. Angithola. That's where ilahleke khona nje. They know what to expect from you. Mali, protection, indlu. No. Yes, vitamin D, the most important. But were you ever taught what to expect from a woman?
That's true. That's actually true. But if
No.
you think about it,
Because you have men who oblige to women because of muhle, umekahle, hlakaniphile nemali. Uphenduka isiyoyoyo. Young they think they are ayikho yabona mfethu ayikho into enyanyisa njengomfazi ofundile. Ujele uhlakaniphile. Ayikho into enyanyisa njengomfazi ofundile. That's why back in the days back in history. I'm one person I always date back to history and look at what happened because you'll never know what is until you know what was. Ukuthi isuka va, mawungayicava ukuthi isuka va, ngeke uyikheshe no afuna ukuyi-understand. Ngeke uyithole. Ibuyiselele back le. Okay, weza back in the 1880s but